Hey guys, it's Julia and welcome back to Juliart. Today I'm very excited to show you guys how I made this DIY miniature couch. So without further ado, let's get started. First, I'm going to start by using 2 makeup sponges and I'm going to measure them out a little more than halfway down the middle, and I'm going to do this on both of the sponges. Then I'm just going to cut on the lines that we marked on both of them. This is going to be the base of our couch. I decided that I wanted the front piece to be a little smaller, so I just trimmed that down a little. Next, we're going to get some fabric. I'm using this brown color, and I'm just going to be cutting out a piece that's about 1 inch of a border around my sponge. First, I tried to use double-sided tape, but it wasn't sticky enough to hold the fabric in place, so I got frustrated with that. Next, I tried wood glue, which was too goopy and wouldn't hold it in place. Tried staples, that also didn't work. So finally, I resorted to using hot glue. So I just hot glued one side of the sponge, brought the fabric up, held it in place while it dried, and then continued around all the sides. Then on the corners I added a dash of glue, then pinched it together with my fingers until it was dry. Then on the rounded corners I added a bit of glue in the middle of the rounded area, then brought the middle of the fabric in on each side to dry. Then on the straight corners I just cut off the excess and then folded up that bottom piece and glued it into place. Then we fold down the top piece of fabric, leaving the corners free. Then we're going to take the corners in diagonally and glue those down as well. Then we're going to repeat the exact same thing with the smaller piece. So there's the base of our couch. This next part isn't necessary, but I wanted to add some more texture to my couch, so I'm starting out by marking 2 circles. Then I'm getting a needle and some thread, and I'm just going to go down on the place that I marked, pull it through, and then go down right next to the place I put it in the first time. Then just pull it, and that will give it a really nice texture. I don't really know what this technique is called, but I think it is pretty simple and it looks very nice. So I'm just doing this on both sides, and then just make sure to tie off your string at the back before you cut your string. And then just do that same thing to the smaller piece as well. Next, get a piece of wood for the backing of the couch and just trace around your bigger piece and cut it out. Now my battery ran out when I was doing this for the smaller piece, so you just want to leave the flat edge of that piece with a little bit more wood at the bottom than this one, like I'm showing now. Now I got a little impatient using the wood glue, and so I switched to hot glue and I just glued the sofa pieces onto the backing pieces, and I also glued around the edges just to keep it securely in place. Then I'm going to get my hot glue and glue the bottom of the bigger piece. Then I'm going to connect the smaller piece on top. Now this is the reason why we made the smaller piece's wood a little longer, so that it can connect to the back of the bigger piece. Then we're just going to rubber band it and let that dry completely. Next we're going to get some more fabric and we're going to fold it over 2 times. Now this is what we're going to use to make the clean border around the couch. So once you have your creased fabric, unfold it and get your hot glue and just glue it in place. Now you're going to want to cut off the excess, and so it's about half the size of your strip. That way when you glue it and fold it over, the raw edges will not be showing. Make sure that you try it out and like the size and the look of it before you glue it on. So you're going to start at the corner, and I like to glue it in sections because you don't want the glue drying and becoming all clumpy. Then just cut off the excess. Then do the exact same thing on the other side. Next, we're going to be making the armrest. So I'm getting a piece of wood and marking how high up I want my armrest to go, and cut 2 of those pieces. Then I'm going to sand them flat. Next, I'm getting a wooden dowel, and I'm going to be marking and cutting 2 pieces that are the size of the top of our armrest. Then, getting some hot glue, I'm going to glue those on the top of our armrest pieces. Next, I'm getting some more fabric, and we are going to be making long strips that go all the way around our armrests. So you're going to want to fold over the raw edges, and when you're done, you want a piece that is the same width as your armrest. Before we glue on that piece, we need pieces of fabric to cover the end of our armrest. So we're going to cut out 2 of those pieces, put hot glue on the end of the armrest. Be sure to put one of the armrests on the opposite direction as the first one that you did. Then just cut off the fabric on the bottom and cut a slit at the side. Then fold and glue down the piece on the front and the back. Then for the piece at the top, we are going to glue and fold in our pieces. It's kind of hard to see, but just make sure that it's all covered and you can't see any wood left. Then we're getting our long strand, and we're starting at the flat bottom edge. Then we're gluing a little bit at a time and wrapping it completely around. Then glue it so the ends meet up at the end. Then do this exact same thing to the other side. Now I'm just getting some sticky tack, and I've got these tiny little thumbtacks that I'm going to paint with this brown paint. Then I'm going to cut off the pin point, and I'm going to be using these as the leg. Okay, so bringing your couch back in, it's time to glue on your armrest. So make sure that you hold this in place there for a while so it has a time to set before you do the other side. Then I just like to go over the back and make sure that it is fully secure. Then we're going to go onto the bottom of the couch and we're going to add our feet. Now I'm going to put this couch up against a wall, and so I didn't cover the back with fabric, but you could always cover it with fabric before you add the border around the top of the couch. And you would be able to have this couch out in the middle of the room and see the back. So that is our completed couch. I really hope that you guys like it and that you try making it for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below, and please feel free to comment other miniature ideas that you'd like to see me do in the future, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!